Hello and welcome to our analysis session. I don't know that we're doing any more lessons per se. I'm gonna teach a little something on the power of using oscillators today with your trading technique to make it even more accurate. Then we're gonna analyze pairs. We're gonna look at a few pairs tonight against tomorrow. Today was actually a good trading day. It was good and bad. We had our great trades, and then we had some not so great trades today. One in particular that was a phenomenal trade that I didn't post, and I'm gutted I didn't post it, but it was textbook, was US Jappy right here. This was a trade with what? It was a trade with a nice 8 pip stop loss, and you can see still rallying to target, which was a 118 pip target. A great trade that even if you lost 2 or 3, you've made more than enough on this trade. I mean, on our account size, that gave us almost 5 grand in terms of profit. At the moment, with the account, it's $3,890 up on my other account. So it's doing really nice. I wish I posted this one. It's just a psychological thing with trading. Sometimes you post what you think are your highest probability trades at the detriment of your highest probability trade. This was my highest probability trade. And I actually want to look at this as a case study today as to why I entered it, why I was looking to get involved in it, so that you can look at things in the future and see yourself what I call the high probability setups. Let me first, before I do this, just delete my Fibonacci right there, and let's go to my monthly level. Why did I think this was so important? Why did I think prices were going to bounce up? Well, we can see there was some, in fact, it's probably better to get a clean chart. It will probably be easier to see what's going on. Let me just do that on a clean chart. But that was my favorite trade today, that in USD Swiss, which I also posted today. Man, we are we're winning. This strategy excites me every single time. I mean, I've used every strategy you can imagine in the trading industry, and even if I lose with this strategy, I'm still excited against the next day. That the big winners are going to show up as long as I risk manage. I can stay in the game. But I've drawn all my key levels here on the monthly, and you can see them. These are my key positions. Um, a huge reason I was interested in buying this was you can see my pivot level here is a weekly demand. Weekly demand. You can also see a textbook A, B, C, D, and that D slightly breaks the high here, so it's a valid D. Then you see a new A, B, C. That was our B to C move right there. That's what gave me the confidence, the demand zone, and the confluence with this. Let me know that this week we're looking at being very bullish on the theme. It was also a 61% retracement, so I was excited about this when I saw this on the by monthly time frame. I'm looking at the higher time frame analysis first. I'm going to take my trade from 15-minute, but I always start with the big picture. The other thing that really excited me was the positioning of the daily stochastic. I find the daily stochastic very powerful in terms of intraday trading. It's probably the most accurate stochastic daily in H4, especially the daily stochastic. Um, Now, a huge reason why I find this so powerful is if you look at it, we used to have a strategy that basically just bought and sold based on the daily stochastic. Once we got a crossover on the daily, all we'll do, can you see, for example, right here, we had this crossover on the daily stochastic. We at the same time we had this shooting star form. The next day we would have got in and caught like a cool 100 pips off the daily stochastic. Daily stochastic, very powerful. And when you got this nice overbought daily stochastic, you've got a very powerful price action symbol going on. Again, we still got that A to B, C to D move, and the previous day gave us a humongous clue. It closes a doji. Previous day doji'd. We've also got this pivot level here with consolidation from this supply demand zone right here. Okay, we got nice consolidation from this demand zone here. What the market actually did though was wick down into this zone. So this doji actually wicked down into this zone right here, formed by the spinning top. So all of this was just confirming that we're going to get an explosive bullish move today. Very excited about the move we got. What I then did was, again, you could utilize all the tools. I then drew a trend line. And I know with most trend lines, what price will do is it will break the trend line. When it breaks the trend line, it also breaks previous structure. And then I expect a pullback to this zone. This was the zone I was expecting my pullback to, formed by this candle. There's where I'm comfortable and confident to buy. Target was the 4-hour high. This is this is where the bulls are looking to score point first. Right there. So we still got ways to go in terms of target on this trade. We still got a ways to go in terms of target on this particular trade. Then what I did was realizing the price was going to be bullish, and it had broken this trend line. It was doing bearish A, B, C, Ds, A, B, C, D, A, B, C. Then it became a bullish A, B, C. So all I did was I fibbed it to get my stop loss criteria. I was willing to accept a stop loss beneath. This was the zone I knew price would trickle into. I was willing to put my stop loss at least a few pips beneath 78.6 or 86%. We've got a perfect textbook wick, and the market has taken off to the high heavens. I mean, that's going to be a nice trade. That could make your whole week. You know, you could retire for the week. That's a 120 pip catch right there. And you can see daily stochastic still got a way to go. 4-hour stochastic slightly overbought. We may be looking at a pullback and a continuation to higher highs. But really, bulls want to score point here. This is the next point. They want to take out stops that are resting on the short side of the market right here. This is where the smart money is going to be playing out. Okay. So that was my first trade of the day. My second trade of the day was this colossal here. I was only expecting targets to here. The market reloaded. I mean, it reloaded and pushed all the way up. Let's reanalyze U-Swiss as well and see why we got into U-Swiss. Why was this such a powerful trade? Well, again, we draw our monthly pivots around supply and demand zones. Okay. Now, right there. Can you see this? Demand zone. The wick of this demand zone. That's what made me expect a reaction today. If we drop straight down to the 15-minute, you can see how violently price reacted from that monthly. Just that kiss of this zone created on the monthly. This zone. Just the kiss of it made the market react. That's all we need on the 15-minute charts to make profit. Also, if we look at the weekly, we can see that we had a nice bullish reaction. It doesn't mean prices may continue dropping, but we only want the quick reaction on the 15 minutes off of the zone. Daily, I'm loving because, again, my stochastic was overbought on the daily, which is great for an intraday theme. We also have what's called divergent pattern. Divergence is when the oscillator is showing a different pattern from what we see on the chart. So in this case, the oscillator is showing us a higher low, but on the chart we see a lower high. This is additional confirmation of a trade, that what we're seeing on the chart is correct. We're expecting a bullish retracement when we see divergence in terms of what we see on the oscillator versus what we see on the chart. it then remained for me to find my zone to buy from, and I like picking zones first from the 4 hour. I looked at the low right here because I saw consolidation. This is the market revving up to take off. Now, I mean, you could pick your zone from the day, weekly or whatever back here, but that's just too long. You already know this zone exists. That's why you drew this line. You don't need that big a zone. So just find the same zone on the 4 hour, and that's what gave me the confidence. Now, really, I set my take profit target wrong. I should have actually paid attention because the 4 hours showed me bulls are looking to score point there. That's what it showed me. I think I set my take profit target like here, which is really weak. I think that's what I did. But you can see bulls were looking for this high here. Market was continually breaking structure, begging you to enter the trade, dropping back down, wicking into the zone. It's literally begging you to enter the trade. And then finally we get the grand takeoff. The market hits our first target. Now again, I would have made my my zone smaller. Now there's the 1 hour zone. That's the first 1 hour zone. You could have entered right here the day before or here today when the market gave us the fresh push. Again, we had a bearish trend line structure break. When the bearish ABCD broke, we expected a bullish ABC. And when price kept coming back to the same C, triple touching the same C zone, then we have a good Fibonacci entry. We got a nice pin, 50%. About 3 times we got wicks down to 50%. Then the market just had enough, took off. That's the smart money move. That's the smart money move. Okay. So it looked flat for the day. It was playing with our emotions. In fact, I gave you Swiss the day before. I gave you Swiss here. 2 days ago, then I gave us a fresh entry today. 2 days ago, it played with us. It was marching up and down. I knew it wanted to take off, but it was playing with our emotions 2 days ago. But look what it did today. If we had held in through all this emotion, boom, 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 there. That's why I advise when you enter the trade, set your take profit target, switch off your laptop. Don't look at it until halfway through the day or the evening or whatever. Just don't stare at it because it will play with your emotions. But those were my favorite trades today. What other trades did we look at? We looked at NZD USD. I missed the early entry. I know Israel posted it, but I missed the early entry, so I wasn't happy to post it. But you should be in profit if you took Israel's entry. Israel's entry was off the 4 hour time frame, so you should be in profit. He's looking for lows around here. That's his 4 hour target. Yeah. I don't like 4 hour trading. I like being in and out and I'm done. What else was a great trade today? GBP USD didn't really play out the way I wanted it to. This was the better entry. I was hoping it would come back again today and then give me a fresh takeoff. It just decided to keep rallying up today instead. A move I could have anticipated, to be honest. But I didn't like the daily stochastic. See, if my rules aren't met, I'm not entering the trade. I don't care how good it looks. If it doesn't meet the rules, if it doesn't meet my trade criteria, I will walk away from it. The best, highest volatility trades you're going to get in the market are going to be when you see this daily stochastic again on this particular currency. You had a great daily stochastic. Yeah, this was another great move, a trade, unfortunately, that I didn't take. But I mean, I stared at it for a long time, and don't we traders do that? It's called analysis paralysis. I had an analysis paralysis day today. I was expecting it to make a deeper retracement, to be honest, and that was my mistake because what I should have seen, if I'm following my own rules, is today here was the break, here was my zone. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Here was my zone. What I should have seen instead was a simple ABC. 50%, 61%. These are the zones I should have been buying from. But the market just took off. And again, that would have been my target today. Now it far outdid my target. It's running to the next target. But that would have been my T1 target today and would have given us a nice amount of pips. Yeah. So we're gonna review USD ZAR was another great one I didn't take. I'm gutted at the trades I didn't post. I seem to have posted the not so strong ones at the detriment of the stronger ones, and that won't happen again, I assure you. But that was a great trade today, USD ZAR. Another one that met my trade rules. See the daily stochastic powerhouse. It's just once I see that overbought, all I wait for is a 4 hour to be near overbought or to get a good entry from a supply or demand zone. But you might have been put off by the 15-minute stochastic, but the daily is just really where you want your. I like when I see the daily stochastic overbought in a zone. It just gives me additional overbought or oversold in a zone. It just gives me additional confirmation. Here again, we had Euro USD, met our rules, daily stochastic overbought, straight into this sort of weekly supply. It will still come down, I'm sure, tomorrow. Huge manipulation on the euro, huge manipulation. I mean, this is something that I'm perhaps considering not touching tomorrow because I don't like the level of manipulation. I say that, then it will probably take off and I'll be gutted tomorrow. So we'll see. But huge supply zone up here using the wick. See, using the wick of this candle, which will be a body somewhere. I mean, that whole wick is a body, and it's not just a wick. But using the wick of that candle, we could tell that there was huge supply up here. Everything, monthly, weekly, daily overbought stochastic. This is grossly overbought as a currency. And then we had this sort of manipulation go on today where we knew this was our zone, but the market decided, hey, I'm going to spike the zone, run the stops, and come down. You see that? So we had a nice spike of our zone, nice stop loss hunt. Market is now coming down. So we were right on the analysis. We just got spiked out. And the market, as you can see, is coming down. I think that's everything. But we've had some great positions today. Great volatility. You always get 15-minute action if you trade the 15 minutes. My favorite intraday schedule to trade. CAD Jappy unfortunately ran by stop losses. It looks like it's breaking straight through the supply zone. And again, allow the markets to be the markets. You won't win every trade. If you did, then I need to know what you're doing. Okay. So you won't win every trade. This is a nice head and shoulder pattern that's breaking. Potentially, this could give us some very strong bullish action tomorrow. Okay, so what I do every new day, I wipe my charts. I like a fresh chart start. I don't like going off yesterday's analysis or yesterday's analysis. I know traders who keep all the historical data. I really don't. I just take screenshots of my trophies and I move on and I reanalyze. So let's look at USD CHF. Let's look at USD CHF. Okay, so we've already analyzed this, but let's get some fresh eyes. Again, still in that demand zone. This is the zone price is trading in right now. The next zone down is here. This is the next area of consolidation that we see right down here. Heavy bearish market. We could argue A, B, C, D structure, A, B, C, D. We could argue the price is making a C to D wave, but it's not on any particular Fibonacci level, so I'm not going to go with that analysis. If I don't see something I like, I won't trade. Simple as. I need to see something that is worth my investment. Remember, you're an investor, not just a trader, so you've got to think like an investor. Is this trade a gamble, or am I sure about it? Is it worth my investment? If I lost, would I be happy that I took the trade and it was good analysis, or will I be kicking myself later thinking I was just being greedy? This is the daily zone, current daily zone that the market is trading in. There is a daily supply here, and there's like a A, B, C, D structure. A, B, C, A, B. There's like a B to C wave going on now with this particular pair. It hasn't broken structure here. This structure hasn't broken. 4 hours overbought. Daily is still ramping up to move higher. So, is it giving us a clear picture? I would still like prices to break this high before I decide what to do. I would still like the bears to score their points, break this high. I'm more willing to accept a sell here than I am here. Yeah. I'm more willing to accept a short position here. Is that the same one? Yeah. I'm more willing to accept shorts going on here because it's a daily, this is a daily zone. So I can accept that there will be some kind of action going on in that zone. I don't like this. It's annoying. But somewhere around this area, I still want to see this thing rally higher. I think it's going to pull back tomorrow and give us a fresh re-entry. If we look at the consolidation around here on this 4 hour, we can also see that this structure broke here. So tomorrow I'm either expecting a straight rise or I'm expecting some kind of pullback. And again, it's not a clear enough picture right now to know what to do. I'm not going to force something on the market that I don't see. It's not clear enough. We could get a drop from this zone here, but it's a 4 hour zone. I don't want to trade a 4 hour zone. I trade daily and above zones. So again, the better short position will be right there, this daily zone. Let's see if there's any other confluence around it. If we draw a fib, yeah, see that zone there is right where 50% is. So I'm more confident on a short around this area than anywhere else because it's a daily area and there's a 50% Fibonacci. So if I'm looking at anything to happen, it's that kind of play. I'm even taking my zone a bit higher. I'm looking at this kind of play to this high up here, completely breaking structure. And then I'm looking at prices to drop back to around here. and then probably take off higher to score points at the high levels. But I'm going to apply the shorts from right there. Okay. I'll label up my chart as well just to remind myself what I was seeing. Yeah, so I'm expecting C around here. Remember this, plan your trade, trade your plan. I like leaving notes on my chart just to remind me what kind of play I'm looking for. But that's the kind of play I'm going to wait for. Now you can say, well, why don't you just jump in? You know it's going to jump up to here. Well, where am I going to place my stops? That's chasing the market. I'm not going to chase. I'll wait patiently, see how price reacts around this area. If we get any kind of reversal patterns going on, and then I'll accept a trade from the daily zone to short, and I'll take it from a 15-minute. I want to see consolidation around this area, and then I'll take my trade. Okay, let's see what else we have. I like first starting with this general list of major pairs. If you don't like what you're seeing on a major pair, look at a cross of the same major. GBP USD, I haven't fully liked it. It hasn't really given me anything that I like. That being said, every day is a new opportunity. That is the weekly zone being tested right now. Another weekly zone is being tested here. This zone, price seems to have actually broken above it. Something I don't generally like. And the fact that the daily stochastic is, I'm not even, I reckon this zone is royally broken. I think it's broken. I'm not even going to bother with it. I think price is looking to rally up here, and then we're going to get our trade. Daily stochastic, I'm not liking, but it has crossed over. It's a textbook ABCD pattern. Textbook. And prices rose from the 50%. Okay, so if we are expecting a bullish move in the morrow, let's look for consolidation of the weekly. We can see all these lows didn't get broken for some time. This was obviously a very strong area of consolidation with some area of fake out, but it was a very solid level at some point in the past. Market seems to have consolidated here as well. I hate the look of this stochastic, which is most likely going to put me off the trade. I hate just the look of it. It just looks disgusting, like no volatility, nothing. I'm expecting prices to rally higher. I'm just not liking the stochastic. Again, we had a break of a bearish sort of AB, well, kind of C. The C spiked above, which was wrong. So A, B, C, D, A, B, C. We then had a break of the trend line, A, B, C. We didn't have a deep C retracement. It's tricky, and I don't like it. But this is the area of consolidation right now. And you can see that. Price is not breaking, seemingly breaking this area here. So perhaps And again, not my favorite, but you can see we've broken structures. So there's intentionality. Market has spiked up, broken all this structure here. So my target on this trade, GBP USD, will be here. Yeah, that's my target. Entering now is kind of risky because what the market could look to do is do a stop hunt low into this zone tomorrow and then take off higher. But there are some confirmations on the H1 theme. We've got divergence, bearish divergence. We've also got this pin candle formation here. We've had several ABCDs, ABCD, ABC, and this seems to be the C area to D. And then we had new ABC. So structure AB, C here is 78.6. This could be a great buy zone right now. 15-minute wise, this could be actually a really good place to buy. It's just that I don't like buying middle of the night. I'd rather wait to see what the Asian session will reveal, wake up nice and early in the morning, and then take that trade. But my expectations are to go here. Okay, I'll do two more, and then I'm sure we can do the rest. USD CAD, it looked like it had a trade ready. But yeah, you can see again, resting right on the zone. Resting still on the zone. We're expecting weekly's grossly overbought. Let's drop down to the daily. Daily is also grossly overbought. It's a bit hard to define a zone though. We can see some consolidation here. You can see some consolidation. I'm not entirely in love with it though. H4 stochastic seems confused. Looks like it could drop down one more. I'd really like it to touch this line or break it or just do something to mess with it before I enter that. But we are looking at a retracement soon. It's imminent at some point this week. But then we look at this H1 and it looks like it's already happening. Because what we see on the 1 hour is clear structure breaks. Now this isn't great structure breaks because we haven't broken yesterday's structure. We've simply played around with today's structure. Nor have we broken any kind of weekly structure that we should really be in love with this trade. But that being said, we see consolidation, which tells us that there's some enticement going on around this area. And we may be looking to apply, start putting in some long orders. I will stretch the zone. The very lowest point of this zone that stretches out from way back here, I'll stretch it into the future. We'll see what plays out tomorrow. But again, I'm not liking the 4-hour stock. I'm loving the daily stock. Even though I'm not seeing a clear crossover on the daily stochastic. It's still overbought, which tells me that a turnaround is imminent. Or a good money move is imminent. Seem to have had this trend line here break. Structure break. All of this is, these are clues, early clues, that we should be looking at some kind of move. Some kind of money move should be getting ready to take place. If this is true, where are we going to get it from? I'm willing to accept some kind of possible long trade around 78%, 61%, 78.6%. I'm looking at a trade around there. And the structures that have broken so far here, so I'm looking for this high to be taken. So that's going to be my target tomorrow on USD CAD if I am accepting that it is ready to retrace. We had a daily close. How did today close? Can't even see today's candle. But you can see on the 4 hour we've had like spinning tops, all these indecision candles, all of these indecision candles, loads of them, a series of indecision candles. Not necessarily turnaround candles, but indecision. Price is stalling on the 4 hour. This is some kind of clue that we should be expecting a bullish rush tomorrow. So let's stalk this trade USD CAD. Keep an eye on it. See what the Asian session reveals. I think the Asian session is going to give us a lower push down to bring the 4 hour stochastic back down again. Once we get this, I'm bullish. I'm bullish, and my target will be last week's high. What am I saying? Last week? Sorry, yesterday's high will be my target, which is marked out by my pivot point anyway. But around here will be my target intraday. AUD USD. Yeah, this should be coming down. I mean, after a while, you can take one good look at the market and sort of figure out what it wants to do. But we've broken all of this. Finally, the market's broken this zone that has played with it for so long. I mean, this zone has plagued this market for so long. So the market has finally perforated that. It's overbought. We're looking at a retracement. It's sort of imminent. Let me adjust the zone slightly. We're looking at a retracement. We see this daily pin. Market drops, breaks structure of previous days. Let's zoom in. So market drops, breaks previous day structure, pulls back, pins into the daily demand zone. So again, another one that is suggesting to us that it's ready to drop. I honestly would prefer if it touched the zone, which it is. There are various levels to the same zone. That's the problem. And picking out exactly where the drop is going to be can prove tasking sometimes. Maybe see if we're accepting that this is some kind of long-term maybe C move. If we are accepting that, then we got an 86%, 86%. What's it called? My brain today. Sorry, I spent so much time with the charts today. But this is our zone. This is our zone of respect right now. We've broken so much structure previously. I want to see this in terms of days. So much daily structure has been broken, and then the market sort of rallied back to the point of origin. Daily stochastic still overbought. I would suggest that we're looking at another drop. I wish I caught this earlier. I'm gutted. See, all we really need was the initial drop. See how many initial drops it gave us? I mean, several days. This same level was giving us trades. It's now done an A, B, C, D. It looks like A, B, C. Tomorrow's going to be long, C to D. Tomorrow's going to be long. I'm trying to pick out a zone to buy from. But tomorrow's going to be long. I want to see it drop to here. and then buy tomorrow. It's going to be long, intraday, and then long-term short again. Let's fib this. There's our fib, 78.6, buy it. Once it hits that level, because we've had this several ABCD, ABC, it's been textbook. Tomorrow, I'm looking at that level there being hit, buying to up here. Let's see some, yeah, right there, loving this. See all this consolidation. Now, favored position is short. Favored position is short. But we can see there's lots of buying action on this pair. Favored position is short, but intraday it will look to be bullish back to the zone. Once we hit this zone, then we're looking at another drop again. I think that's it. Any questions? Please type if you've got any questions. Okay, I'm guessing there's no questions. Hope you've enjoyed today's session, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, where there'll be some signals posted. I'm sure I will reanalyze all these pairs again and get some fresh eyes tomorrow morning. But have a good evening, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.